Welcome to the Montage of Mayhem, a series of stories that will take you on a terrifying journey through the darkest corners of the human psyche. Each episode brings you bone-chilling tales of horror and suspense, featuring stories of terror and intrigue that will send shivers down your spine. From haunted houses and cursed objects to supernatural creatures and unspeakable horrors, we explore the mysteries that lurk in the shadows, waiting to pounce on the unsuspecting. Join us as we peel back the veil of reality and explore the depths of fear and madness. Our stories are not for the faint of heart, but for those brave enough to face the unknown. The Montage of Mayhem promises to deliver a spine-tingling experience that will leave you questioning whether the dead truly rest in peace. Get ready to embrace the darkness, because once you enter the world of the Montage of Mayhem, there's no going back. In the heart of Atlanta, where the pursuit of beauty often comes at a cost, a young woman's desire for the perfect smile leads her to Pearly White's Dental Spa, a clinic promising transformation and confidence. But behind its polished facade and glowing promises lies a sinister truth. What begins as a quest for perfection spirals into a nightmare. This is a tale of obsession, deception, and the chilling price of chasing perfection.
Ellie had been drawn to Pearly White's, one of Atlanta's most talked-about cosmetic dental spas. She'd saved for months, tucking away her wages for this chance, dreaming of that stunning reveal. The office was invitingly modern, blending chrome and glass with a touch of southern charm, all magnolia vases and the faint smell of peach cobbler. Behind the reception counter, a woman with an unnervingly perfect smile greeted Ellie, every tooth glistening as if carved from porcelain. Ellie felt a twinge of excitement. She was finally in the right place. In the back room, Dr. Drexler, the self-proclaimed expert, waited. His pristine lab coat, the framed certificates on his walls, and the quiet hum of dental machinery all built an air of professionalism. Everything appeared just as she'd imagined. She reclined into the plush dental chair, feeling herself melt into the faux leather as he prepped his tools, each one catching the bright overhead light in a way that made her stomach flutter with nervousness. When Dr. Drexler finally handed her a mirror, the reflection took her breath away. Her smile was everything she had imagined, straight, white, and gleaming. Yet, there was something unsettling in the way her mouth looked stretched across her face, as though her own smile had been laid upon her features like a mask. The days after the procedure should have been filled with newfound confidence, with selfies and compliments, but instead, Ellie felt only a creeping dread. At night, as she lay in the dark, a slow, rhythmic throb pulsed beneath her gums, each beat sending a shock through her skull. She ran her tongue along the edge of her teeth, expecting the slick feel of enamel, but finding instead jagged edges, splinters, and tiny cracks. It was as if her mouth was breaking down, piece by piece. Desperate for answers, Ellie scoured the internet, seeking any mention of Dr. Drexler's office. But the clinic's website was gone, leaving behind only an error message where rows of gleaming smiles had once beckoned. In her apartment, alone in the dead of night, she felt a sudden, overpowering need to purge whatever was lurking beneath her gums. Driven to desperation, she clawed at her jaw, her nails digging into the skin as she pulled at her own mouth, trembling as fragments of teeth fell to the floor. Gray, brittle shards that resembled splinters of ancient bone. Ellie staggered to the mirror, and as she leaned in, she saw the first crack appear. Tiny fissures spread across her teeth, and beneath the white veneer, something dark and twisted writhed, shifting under the surface. Her gums began to peel back, exposing not roots, but rows of jagged edges, as if the true shape of her teeth had finally surfaced. A grotesque display of bones not meant for her. In her reflection, something flickered. A faint whisper, just on the edge of hearing, the words slurred and garbled, though her own lips were frozen. She tried to turn away to escape the voice that now echoed through her head, growing louder, reverberating, pulling her into a void of pain and darkness. The sound building until it felt as though her skull would split. Weeks passed, and Ellie's apartment lay untouched, left as though its owner had simply vanished, leaving only the lingering shadow of her last desperate hours. A few personal belongings remained scattered across the floor, along with the mirror, smeared and cracked, bearing faint smudges of blood and fragments of bone, a testament to her final struggle. Months later, on a quiet street corner, a new sign appeared, bearing a familiar promise. Affordable, painless, professional. It hung there as if waiting for the next seeker of beauty to walk through its doors, its clean white letters glinting in the Atlanta's sun. But for those who looked close enough, the faint outline of a face lingered in the mirror's surface, a set of eyes filled with terror, teeth bared in a smile, frozen for eternity.
Ellie's fate remains a mystery, her perfect smile a haunting echo of the dangers lurking behind unchecked ambition. But as a new sign flickers to life on another dimly lit street corner, one question lingers: how far would you go for perfection? And what might it cost you?